I heard your presser when you were introduced to Kettler a few days ago, and like we just said, we're Trotz guys. You were obviously a Trotz guy. He was a guy that gave you a real shot coming in here to D.C. to be groomed as a head coach eventually. It happened. Trotz moves on to the Islanders. Talk about how he took you under his wing and how he helped get you where you are today.
Yeah, absolutely. He helped me. That's for sure. He was the one who gave me an opportunity to come in here and join his staff 4 years ago. Barry was someone that I didn't know prior to coming in. So usually most of these coaching relationships seem to take place by prior relationships that you might have had with somebody, but I did not know Barry at all. Obviously had seen him throughout the ranks, during my playing experiences and coaching experiences. But we kind of, for the most part, sight unseen, were able to really develop a relationship and add some ideas to each other's profiles, so to speak, and grow together for 4 years. So he was a huge part of me being on this call with you today by first giving me the opportunity and secondly, really setting me up for success to one day become a head coach in the National Hockey League.
Now, for those that don't know, you played for an assistant coach for the Pens, but I want to go way back. You grew up in Illinois, right?
That's correct. Yep, Deerfield, Illinois.
What were the teams that you rooted for as a kid? Not just hockey, and what sports did you play?
Yeah, huge Cubs fan, and those were some tough times. So that was my team growing up. The Cubs, Blackhawks, local guy for sure. Cheering for all my local teams, but I played growing up. Played all sports, so soccer, baseball, hockey, obviously, and then as I got older, played some golf as well. So. Something I really think has dropped off for a lot of hockey players is playing multiple sports. I think that was something that was really good to be able to take some time off occasionally from the hockey season and play other sports and kind of build some of your other skills, hand-eye coordination in some different sports. So always really involved in that. My family was really athletic family. My dad played basketball at the University of Vermont, and my sister played volleyball and basketball at the University of Evansville. So a really athletic family, and was kind of always pushed on me as a young person.
Nice. I want to get just back into the Trotz thing, and then we can move on. What was this last year like? I mean, obviously it finishes like just in an incredible way. But was there ever tension between you guys? I know you guys have spoken, and he's been awkward for him when everyone else was kind of tracks, and he was kind of coaching out his string here. Was there ever any tension that you felt between you and Barry in this last season?
No, I think that Barry and I kind of were really ahead of the game on that one in terms of, when you potentially may have an issue or a situation like that, the best way to go about it is just to have sometimes a difficult discussion. And, when the year got, we were preparing for the start of the season, and we were getting ready for, just planning stuff. We actually met together and talked about where things were at and, shared each other's ideas and thoughts about how the situation was going to work out and just got everything out on the table. And I think that's really important, and certainly something I use in my own coaching style is it's a very honest approach, and the players know exactly where they stand, and that's the same way that Barry and I went about things. We knew where we stood in terms of contract situations. It was something that was not in our control. Our job was to come in and win and make players better. And, every time we spoke about any contract situations or whatever, it always ended the exact same way. Let's get better today. Let's help each other get better. Let's make our players better, and then let's win that Stanley Cup, and everything will take care of itself. And that was an awesome united front, and certainly something that was able to see through fruition.
So it sounds like you guys handled it incredibly well. So were you not surprised then when they weren't able to come to terms?
Now, that I will say is not true. I was 100% surprised.
Really?
I thought for sure. I thought when we won, I heard his comments and the organization's comments after. I was shocked. I was shocked, and I found out 2 hours probably before the rest of the public found out, and that he had resigned, and that was that was my first knowledge that I had of him leaving. I knew that there was maybe going to be some complications, but I didn't think that it would ever come to this. So to say that I was prepared for it, to hear the news, that I was not. To say that I'm prepared to be a head coach, and it was either going to be here or someplace else,